How to assign subject to classes. How to assign subject to classes. In the module section, you click on academics and you go to classes. Once the page loads, you come to class subject. Yeah, the class subject tab. Okay, assigning classes subject to classes is actually dependent on education levels. What I mean by that is that the classes that have been added to a particular education level varies depending on the level. So you can switch between levels, and you will notice that the classes varies because that was what was added. These are the classes added on that education level. Okay, so I would attempt to add a subject to a class. So I'll pick my class, in this case, primary 3A, and these are the subjects offered in this education level, primary education. So I'm going to select all of them, just click and drag, or you use the control key on your keyboard and you select one by one the ones you want to add. Okay, so and you click assign. Once you click assign, uh, the subject you selected will be assigned to that particular class you selected, and you will be to be displayed on this assigned subject list. As you can see here, 4 subjects were assigned. You can actually select a subject and remove it from the list. If you want to unassign it, just click on remove. So now we have 3 subjects assigned to this class. Okay. Another thing I want to make us understand is about the minimum number of subjects. The minimum number of subjects. The minimum number of subjects is actually the least number of subjects that a class can actually offer. Yes, it's possible that there are classes that allow students to select subjects. For example, an SS1 class, we can have a variety of students in that class, maybe science and art students, and one of those categories is doing a higher number of subjects. So if a class is um, having a minimum number of subjects, say 8, and a student only take 7 subjects. Now, the average of that class or for that student, the average performance for that student will be based on what? 8 subjects, which is the minimum. And that will mean that is to the detriment of that student. But if the student takes, say, 11 subjects out of 8, which is the minimum, right? So the performance of that child will actually, or that student will actually be based on the 11 subjects selected. So that's the essence of selecting the minimum subject to be offered in a class. By default, it is 0. So in this case, I'm going to put 3. I want all the subjects here to be offered by everyone. So I select that. I place 3 here and I save changes. So this is how to assign subject to a class. You can go ahead and also assign other subjects. I want to do for all of this. Assign, we have 5 here. I want to make the minimum number of subjects to be 4, and I save. And this is how to assign subject to a class.